Today, we'll be taking a deep dive into Ashe's abilities and how you can best use them to dominate your opponents. Ashe is a powerful hero with a wide range of abilities that make her a formidable force on the battlefield. She's a damage hero with a high skill cap, so mastering her abilities is crucial if you want to excel with her. First up, let's talk about Ashe's primary weapon, the Viper. The Viper is a lever-action rifle that fires quickly and accurately. It has two firing modes, hip-fire and aim-down sights. Hip-fire is great for close to mid-range combat, while aim-down sights is ideal for taking out targets at longer ranges. Keep in mind that when you aim down sights, your movement speed is reduced, so use it wisely. Ashe's first ability is called Coach Gun. This ability is a blast of shotgun pellets that propels Ashe backwards. It's great for mobility and can be used to quickly escape dangerous situations. It's also great for knocking enemies off ledges or separating them from their team. Ashe's second ability is called Dynamite. This ability allows Ashe to throw a stick of dynamite that explodes after a short delay. The explosion deals damage to enemies caught in the blast radius and sets them on fire, dealing additional damage over time. This ability is great for dealing damage to groups of enemies or forcing them to scatter. Ashe's ultimate ability is called B.O.B. B.O.B is Ashe's trusty Omnic butler who charges forward, knocking enemies into the air and dealing damage. Once he reaches a certain distance, he pulls out his arm cannons and starts firing at the enemy team. B.O.B is a great way to disrupt the enemy team's positioning and deal a lot of damage quickly. One thing to keep in mind with B.O.B is that he can be hacked or stunned. Additionally, he can be destroyed by enemy players, so make sure to use him strategically. Now that we've gone over Ashe's abilities, let's talk about some tips and tricks for using her effectively. Tip number 1 is to use Coach Gun to create space between yourself and the enemy team. If you're being pressured by an enemy hero, use Coach Gun to push them back and give yourself some breathing room. Tip number 2 is to use Dynamite to control areas of the map. If the enemy team is grouping up in a certain area, throw Dynamite into the mix to force them to scatter. This will make it easier for you and your team to take them out one by one. Tip number 3 is to use B.O.B to disrupt the enemy team's positioning. When you activate B.O.B, he charges forward and knocks enemies into the air. This can be used to separate enemies from their team or disrupt their positioning. Additionally, B.O.B's arm cannons can deal a lot of damage, so use him to take out key targets quickly. Tip number 4 is to prioritize your targets. Ashe's high damage output makes her a threat to both tanks and squishy targets. However, it's often more beneficial to focus on taking out key enemy heroes first, such as supports or damage heroes who are causing problems for your team. Take advantage of your range and accuracy to eliminate threats and turn the tide of battle in your favor. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe for more content, like the video, and let me know in the comments what you thought of the video.